Why speaking things into existence is holding you back by Revival of Wisdom. I liked his video. Drop a like on my video. If you don't, I'm gonna speak some shit into your existence that's gonna make you feel bad for not liking my video. Don't be stingy. Drop a fucking like. Not gonna lie though, I am really excited for this video. No cap. What? Yo, somebody find me what the fuck book he's reading because I will fucking dissect this whole entire book on my Patreon. I'm already dissecting the Book of Wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dissect this shit too.
This isn't just spiritual fluff. Your words are vibrational commands that teach your subconscious what to believe and what to create in your reality.
That is true.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how words are these vibrational things that create reality. In fact, they are. However, the power of words does not hold in the vibration of the word. Yes, it has a little effect on plants. Yes, every word is a vibration that speaks to every cell in your body. However, this is not the main power of words. The main power of words is restructuring your consciousness and invoking energy inside of your own consciousness.
All right, that's true. I thought he was gonna say some bullshit. I thought he was going. I thought the way he was getting at is that the words don't matter. So, cause I'm like, if words don't matter, nigga, I want you to fucking say to me. Well, don't say it to me. I want you to fucking do a demonic ritual and say demonic words and try to summon an angel. I bet money you're gonna summon a demon. You will never be able to fucking summon an angel by saying a demonic fucking, mantra or no shit like that. But that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is the power is not just in the words, but also how the words affect your consciousness. I think that's what he's saying, which is true. The words affect your consciousness heavy, which is why it's important to use the right words. Because when you use the right words, you structure your consciousness in a way that's actually in tune with reality. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to go over these two in detail for you. Your life is an externalization of your consciousness.
Yeah.
Your belief system, your internal world, are building blocks to create your external world. What you
Yes.
believe in is how you see reality. It is the filter that you see to see reality. If you want to
Yes.
change reality, you have to change your consciousness first.
That is
There's no
true.
point trying to create a change, a manipulation in the external world because it won't last very long.
It won't.
You have to restructure your inner.
For example, if you have the mindset of a broke ass nigga and then you get mad money, you gonna get all that money and do broke nigga shit and then be broke again. If you have the mindset of a nigga who can't keep a boyfriend or girlfriend, you got shitty boyfriend girlfriend syndrome, then even if you get a girlfriend or boyfriend, you won't be able to fucking keep them. Either you're gonna treat them like shit or you'll just attract a shitty person and they're gonna treat you like shit. Or both, nigga. You treat each other like shit, and at some point break up. So that's what he's saying right there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you attain some shit physically, if you don't have the mindset to actually keep this, then you're gonna fucking lose it. Whether it's fucking money, whether it's fucking a relationship, whatever the fuck it is, you're gonna fuck up. Even like let's do one more thing, a fucking podcast, right? Just because you fucking start doing a podcast does not mean that inside yourself you became a podcaster. So your podcast might be fucking shitty. You know what I'm saying? Or you might just give up on the podcast, whatever the fuck it is, right? Because you haven't become the podcaster inside yourself yet. Facts, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
Temple, your inside world of thought and emotion. For example, your external reality is an externalization of every thought you thought in the past. Your
I wouldn't say every thought. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say every thought, but I would say the thoughts that you believe in the most for a fact.
life circumstances are just a result of every thought you thought in the past.
Not every
You
thought.
become what you think about. So
That's not fully true though, because you can have certain thoughts, right? Because if you become what you think about, that would mean that everybody who sits inside their head, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, would become rich. But you need to actually be able to believe in the words which are coming through to you. Granted, the word, like every single word, will affect the vibration with this, will affect the vibrations with inside your consciousness. However, the amount of effect that they have is still dependent on how much you believe in what you are saying. So what I'm saying is when you say that fucking demonic prayer, you'll still summon that demon for a fact. You know what I'm saying? And it's still going to affect your consciousness, right? But when it comes to certain everyday thoughts, every thought you think will affect, like if you think I'm rich, you will have some of that vibration vibrate your consciousness, but it will not get sealed inside your consciousness unless you believe it. You need to actually believe in what you're saying. So it's like that's why niggas can have all kinds of thoughts that they don't see in their physical life. You've been thinking about love, money, purpose, all that shit for the longest and haven't seen not one speck of that shit because the belief is off and your alignment with the thought is off. Just because you're saying it does not mean that you fully aligned yourself to that thought to be thinking it naturally.
So if we can control
Because if you're forcing the thought, it's not natural. When it becomes natural, that's how you know it's fucking sanctified inside your consciousness.
what we think about in the past, you become what you think about. So if we can control what we think about, we will control who we become.
Yes.
Words are a powerful way
If you control how you think and then you actually sanctify these thoughts with inside your consciousness, then yes, you will become that.
to restructure your subconscious mind, which will then restructure what you think about.
You see, he mentioned the subconscious mind, right? Now, it is true that everything that you observe gets stored inside your unconscious mind and stuff like that, but here's what I'm saying, right? The way that your subconscious mind is programmed is based upon beliefs and things that you actually buy into. Controlling your thoughts deals more with your conscious layer of your mind. But those things will get fully sanctified in your subconscious unless you focus on them more and more and you actually believe in them. Like they'll still be there in the subconscious, but they won't be playing a big part unless you truly believe in that shit.
For example, if I said the word chicken all day long, I'm going to be thinking about chicken all day long.
Yeah.
The words we repeat.
Unless, let's say that you fucking hate chicken, nigga. You'll be thinking about chicken, and you'll still might be thinking about it, but you'll also be thinking about the fucking hate that you have towards it and probably want to stop thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, controlling your thoughts 24/7, constantly thinking chicken, 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 or constantly thinking I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich is not sustainable. You need to actually believe it to make the thoughts natural. You know what I'm saying?
Enter our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind molds our conscious mind of what we are consciously giving attention to and thinking about. And that becomes our emotion. Our emotion becomes the energy, the charge behind our action. And all of this creates who you are.
That's essentially
If you want to
true.
create a change in your external world, you need to repeat the end result as in an affirmation. I am abundant.
You do need to repeat the end result. You should always focus on the end goal. That is true. But just repeating this 24/7 might not do much for you if you don't believe that shit. Nigga, you could be saying I am abundant and don't believe that. Because you don't believe it, all you're thinking about is how you're not abundant. Because think about it like this. If you were truly abundant, you wouldn't feel the need to say that shit constantly over and over again. This is why I made the video about how the Matrix patched manifestation. Because when you simply just align to certain things, rather than trying to force it, it's like it works out way better. You know what I'm saying? Like a person who's doing all these affirmations is doing it. See, an affirmation is something that you do to affirm something. You would feel no need to affirm this thing if you already embodied this thing. Like, for example, I don't think every day I'm a black guy with dreads. I'm a black guy with dreads. No. Wanna know why? Because I'm a fucking black guy with dreads. I don't gotta affirm that shit 24/7 to fucking become that. You know what I'm trying to say?
I am disciplined. For example, if you're trying
Like, bro, if I say I am white, I'm white with straight hair. I'm white with straight hair. Nigga, I'm never going to actually become white with straight hair. I mean, maybe if I gain some crazy ass ability to fucking change my fucking form and shit, but as of right now, no. Maybe inside my dreams, if I said that shit every fucking second of the fucking day, I might dream of being a white guy with long hair. But that still does not affect my actual body. I will still be a black nigga with dreads, and I'm only affirming this white nigga shit because I'm not the white nigga with blonde hair. Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
to stop a certain addiction, don't say I am going to stop smoking. Say I am disciplined.
That is true. It should be more like that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, here's what you should really do it. Say I am disciplined and then just focus on the energy of discipline and build it inside yourself, because discipline is a spirit. What's a spirit? It's an intelligent energy. Discipline comes with a certain intelligence and with a certain energy. You could feel discipline and you could also think disciplined thoughts. That is the spirit of discipline, which you perceive through the thoughts and the intelligence of discipline and the emotion and energy of discipline. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, you shouldn't also say, I am disciplined. You should say, I am disciplined one time and then just feel disciplined and focus on what it actually feels like to be disciplined without having to fucking say it 24/7. You know, say I am disciplined and then focus on what that feels like and what the fuck that means and then truly act from that energy. Don't just say the words, but actually feel the energy of discipline and act from that energy, because that energy also influences your thoughts. Now, granted, there's going to be points where you probably still slip up because inside those moments you stopped focusing on discipline. But focusing on discipline is an act of your awareness and your consciousness. It's not an act of your intellect. Your intellect is the thing that thinks. Your consciousness and your awareness is the thing that observes and is able to focus on those things which it observes. Meaning that you need to do this from a consciousness standpoint and an awareness standpoint of choosing to observe these things and focus on them and sanctify them inside your being, rather than creating them with your intellect and just saying it over and over and over again. Your intellect can't help, but all your intellect is going to do, the way to properly use your intellect is just to break up the thought and then let your consciousness actually observe it without having to fucking constantly repeat the goddamn thought.
Saying discipline, the subconscious mind accepts the word discipline and not the word smoking.
That's not, well, okay. The subconscious, I'm gonna say it accepts it, but the subconscious mind registers the word discipline as a thing. But it's not going to fully accept that you're disciplined unless you truly believe that you're disciplined. And the thing is, it's actually not hard to believe that you're disciplined if you're able to focus on the energy and the intelligence of discipline, because at that point, inside that moment, you will be disciplined. Because you can literally, you're embodying discipline. Like, if I'm just saying it over and over again, I'm saying it because I probably don't embody that shit. If I say it one time though, and I focus on it, and I meditate on it, and I truly can feel the energy and understand the thoughts of discipline, it's not hard to believe it, because inside that moment, I'm literally embodying discipline. And the more and more you embody it, the more and more you believe in it, the more and more your mind accepts it, and the more and more you actually act off that on a natural basis.
If you repeat smoking, I am not smoking, your subconscious mind will just pick up smoking and then do more smoking.
That is true,
So if
though.
you are trying to,
If you're gonna do affirmations, it is better to do what he said. But affirmations are not the end all be all, because there's definitely deeper shit that's better, like I just explained.
create discipline in your life and trying to stop something, say, I am disciplined. The reason for this is powerful because you're conditioning your consciousness. You're conditioning your subconscious mind and filling it with the word discipline. And I'm not going to say do this a certain amount of times a day or do this in the mornings. I want you to do this as much as possible. I did this as much as possible. Whenever I had free time, whenever I had a free minute, I would say these words either physically or mentally, just to condition your consciousness. Words are the most powerful way.
You see, you're not conditioning your consciousness fully. Like, you are. Okay, so most of the conditioning that you're doing is within inside of your mind. You're using your intellect to fill up your mind with the information of discipline, discipline, discipline. And if you do that over time, it can eventually affect your consciousness, because the more you say it, the more it's going to fill up your mind and the more you're forced to focus on it. So I'm not saying that this won't help you and that this doesn't work. I'm just saying that there's a more effective way to do this, because the reason why it works is because at some point you said it so goddamn much that it's inside your fucking mind all the time. And now, because it's inside your mind all the time, now you're forced to focus on it and embody it. But what I'm trying to say is skip the step of having to fucking fill your mind up 24/7. Instead, just say it one time and then focus on it. Because when it eventually works, it's because you focused on it. The affirmations just fill up your mind so much that you have no choice but to focus on it. But the change still happens when you truly focus on it and embody it. So if that's the case, there's no need to fill your mind up 24/7, and instead you can literally just focus on the energy and embody it, you know? But to each his own, whatever the fuck works for you, because the shit that I said, although it's kind of more effective, it takes shorter steps, some niggas might not be able to jack that shit. Some niggas need to fucking repeat it all 24/7, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that this shit is fucking wrong. I'm just saying that I found a more effective way, or the way that I believe is more effective for me. You feel me?
to restructure your belief system and restructure your inner world, which will then
Let me say this too, though. Just because I'm saying what I'm saying does not mean that I don't. I watch what I say, you know. Like, and here's what I mean, right? It was certain stuff. Like, I'll make reaction videos, right? And I'll say, I'm dumb as shit. I'm nobody. I'm a bitch. Don't take this shit personal. Well, I know why I can say that shit? Because I don't give a fuck. Like, just because I said I'm a bitch does not mean that I'm really a bitch. You know what I'm saying? In this moment, I'll be a bitch. I'm a bitch ass nigga. I'm just talking my shit. Don't take a fucking offense. But if you catch me in public and try to do some shit, I will beat your ass if I have to. So I ain't no bitch. My whole entire point is, right? I do watch what I say for a fact with a lot of things, but I don't really care to say certain shit like I'm a bitch because I don't really believe that. It's not gonna actually stick inside my mind no matter how much I fucking say it, you know? So I'm not gonna accept that. You feel me?
mirror in your outer world. Words are also a powerful way to invoke energy. This is why when you see these magic occult rituals, you see people chanting and doing these things. It's because
Yes.
if you
But I will say this too: when these niggas do certain, depending on how advanced they are, they're using certain chants inside certain languages because the words that they're saying have more of a vibrational impact on reality around them. Like with the English language, it does have some effect on reality and the outside energies, but it's not as strong as something like Sanskrit or something like Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew and Sanskrit, the way that those words are built, literally affect the world outside of you, and they have a greater effect on your consciousness. The reason why English words affect our consciousness is because, I mean, yeah, the words have some energy, but also we subconsciously know the definition of certain words. Even if you never really studied certain shit, because other people have defined words, it's already in the collective consciousness, which are always tapped into on a deep subconscious level. So my whole entire point is, right, words in English tend to affect your consciousness more than actually reality. But shit like Hebrew and Sanskrit and other different ways to chant stuff, these have an actual vibrational effect on reality, and they have an even stronger effect on on your consciousness than normal fucking words in English. So I do want to say that real quick.
slowly chant a word, you can actually invoke the emotion. There are three
That is true.
aspects of creation.
Especially because, like I said, these chants are actually structured a certain kind of way where they literally give out the vibrations which influence things in a certain way. Like if you have a certain chant for love inside of a certain language, the fucking words are tuned to the vibration of fucking love at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Thought, emotion, action. Emotion is energy in motion. By repeating a word over and over again, you can actually begin to invoke that energy, that emotion inside your heart.
And the thing is, like that is true. But you could also do it without repeating it. You could just say it, focus on it, and invoke it, and then embody it. You don't gotta say it over and over again to force yourself to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
And you can start to feel the reality as if you are already living it. And
But what he's saying, I'm not saying there's, like I said, this shit is true. I just think there's more effective things, at least for me.
this is just another powerful way to condition your consciousness to become a certain thing before you have it. This is what magic is. Magic is all to do with reprogramming the subconscious mind, aligning
Partially, a big part of it, but that's not the only thing. Like, what? That's not the. I'll just say it's not the, like if a nigga fucking bends time and space in front of your ass right now, it's not just because it's not just because he is changing his consciousness, but that motherfucker is also affecting how outside events move right in front of your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, magic isn't only about changing your consciousness. That's a big part of it, but there's also certain magical things which literally affect reality regardless of your consciousness. That's why if you say certain shit to summon a demon, it's like if you do like an actual ritual that's a real ass chant, right? Even if you don't believe it's going to work, if you actually set up all the stuff and you say the chant perfectly or correctly, you will summon a demon even if you don't believe in it, because those are just the vibrations of the words and the items that you have around you. The belief is only important with certain things but not with all things.
the subconscious with a certain belief or reality, which will then produce an effect in our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions.
The thing is though, you can affect reality without having to even do that shit. Now that shit's way more higher and way more advanced, you know what I'm saying? But it is still like magic still happens in that way, you know?
which will then create that reality. So if you want to create something in your life,
And bro got a phone call for, I thought that shit was me.
literally just repeat, I am something. I am is referring to your consciousness. I am is the highest aspect of you. It is the truth.
No, 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 no. When you say I am, or even just you are referring to your sense of individuality. Your sense of individuality is not your highest self, because your highest self isn't an individual. Granted, saying I am is still very important because sense is linked to your sense of self. Anything that comes after I am will affect your sense of self, especially if you believe in those things which you are actually saying. And if you affect your sense of self, you also do affect the thoughts which that self has and the emotions and the actions. So I am is very important, but I would never call it the highest aspect of you.
True self. Whatever you condition your
It's
consciousness
not the highest aspect of your true self, but okay.
will be mirrored in your external reality. I am abundant will condition your consciousness to feel and believe you are abundant, which will then seep into your thinking. And then you will start to act more on this because you are thinking about it, which will then change your external reality. Words are vibration, and vibration is powerful. However, if you truly want to change your reality, you have to change your inner world of consciousness.
Yo, something that got me fucked up is how he got this book in front of him, and he's not even refer. I thought he was gonna like point at the book, and nah, that nigga, he just got this shit on here just to show niggas. Nigga, tell me what the fuck this book is though. I will find the PDF and do a whole dissection on Patreon. Stop playing with me, gang.
And words are the best way to invoke feelings to become the reality you want. And words are the best way to condition your consciousness to a certain belief or a thought. And by doing this, you're actually creating a root cause. The cause is your consciousness, your mind, and you have to restructure the mind.
Your consciousness and your mind are not the same thing, but he's saying it as if they're the same thing when they're not. You see, your consciousness, right? See, consciousness is actually a state of awareness. Your awareness is your ability to observe, right? Consciousness is a state of your awareness where you use your ability to observe your own awareness, to observe your quote unquote self, right? Consciousness, so when someone says your consciousness, they technically mean your own self awareness. Your mind is a group of information. So those are not the same thing, but he's saying it as if they're the same thing, you know? But I get what he's trying to say though.
To create that reality. Words are a great way to restructure your consciousness and create reality. If you are struggling with the internal chaos, if you are struggling with emotional chaos, if you are struggling mastering your mind, or if you are isolated from your high intelligence,
Then book a coaching call with yours truly from Me Now Coaching and Entertainment. All my links are down below. You know what I'm saying? I got I got spiritual coaching. I got all kinds. Just check my shit. I got spiritual readings. I just got simple coaching shit, nigga. Just check my shit. I got mad shit. If you struggling, nigga, check your boy out. You know what I'm saying? Alright, shameless plug. My fault.
because intelligent people are not welcomed in our population today. I have created an amazing space, Ethereal University. Check it out. I'll leave all the links below.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna promote himself, so I had to promote myself first. Let me stop playing, bro. Um, yeah, this was a decent video. You know, everything he said was true. Well, for the most part, some shit, you know, like with the consciousness mind shit, he linked those two together when they're not the same thing. But for the most part, everything he said was pretty much true. It's just that there's a higher way to do things, which I believe, you know. But that is pretty much the video. I love you. I'm gonna catch my next video. Peace the freak out. Hey.